Welcome to Hope Academy. My name is Mr. O, and today I'm going to be teaching a concept that one of my students wanted me to cover. And this concept is called the composition of functions. And so this concept, my students have noticed it in their ACT booklets, but they also have noticed it that it's a prerequisite knowledge that they need in order to take on the Advanced Placement Calculus AB course. And so when I'm teaching this concept, it's actually pretty straightforward. It's not that hard. But it's just in the beginning when you see it, it looks a little bit intimidating. And so I'm going to go ahead and explain how to do it. Just be aware that the core concept that you need to know in order to do this is something called substitution, which means that it replaces another value to represent another thing. So for example, if I tell you that oranges equals to apples and apples equals to grapes, well, oranges has to equal to also grapes and so on. And so it's like replacement of pieces to make other pieces equal to each other. And so the sample question that she provided me was this question. It states that if like g of x equals to x plus 2 and for g of t equals to 16, what is the value of g of 2t? So, and I'm going to put question marks next to it. So the question asks this type of question, this format, and it throws people off in the beginning because if you notice, the variables actually change along the way. But you should not be intimidated by this because the important thing you have to understand is that this shell part of it, the g of whatever not, is the most important part of this. And so when I'm trying to convert between g of t to g of x to g of t, if I say g of x equals to x plus 2, and I tell you that I'm asking for g of t, for example, it's just replacing the variable that's represented. So for example, if you notice x is going to be here, well, it will be replaced with t plus 2 now. And so if I tell you right now that 4 of your g of t equals to 16, 4 of your g of t equals to 16, that means that this 4 times will apply to this whole thing, t plus 2, which equals to 16. And if I want to simplify this part, I don't care about anymore because I took care of what I needed to know. So that means 4t plus 8 equals to 16 minus 8 minus 8. 8 equals to 4t divided by 4, and I'm going to scooch up a little bit, divided by 4. T equals to 2. But that's not the final answer because the question's asking actually for what's g of 2t. And so be aware that this was my step number 1. I'm going to put boxes in here, and then after I computed it, step 2 would be technically right here. After I got this final this value, I'm going to plug in t equals to 2 into here. So step 3 will require me to put g of 2 times 2 because my t equals to 2, I substitute into here, and so technically g of 4. Now the part is that I have g of x equals to x plus 2, so that means g of 4 equals to 4 plus 2, and so I know that g of 4 equals to 6, and this would actually then be my answer for this question. And so when you're doing these type of questions, you have to be aware that it's just a lot of substitution and you keeping track of what's going on. It's not necessary for you to write every single thing like this down because it sort of wastes time. So you want to be a little bit efficient on just noticing that this will be, oh, g of t is t plus 2. I'm just going to get to this step. So technically, you can skip step 1, just start at step 2 and work through it. And that's how the composition of functions work. So please do let me know if you have any questions or wonders, provide comments below, and I'll cover these type of questions more in the future. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to our YouTube channel or like our Facebook page, and I'll see you next time.